What a great crowd. I hate to break up the great conversation, but I am going to. I'd like to welcome everybody for coming here tonight to this wonderful celebration. My name is John Vita, and I am still president of the Alumni Association. Feel free to submit your applications at the back table if you'd like. We're having just a wonderful year, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But it's just not possible without our board that's very, very dedicated to making this organization successful through the years. So I'd just like to first start out by thanking our board members from the class of 2002, Rich Morris. 2003, Bobby Latessa. Two-time Bob state champion under the tutelage of Andy Guglielmini. Bowen Summer from the class of 2000. Senora Boone from the class of 1974, 2000, whatever it was. Lee Lewis from 1965. Tom Seifert from 74 is over there. And Carolyn Keller from 1950, 60, 70, 60. I get her with that every time. We've got a few outstanding alumni joining us tonight from the class of 1962 and also from the Hall of Honor in 2016. He's the only person honored for both by the Alumni Association thus far. Coach Joe Canan. Our outstanding alumni from 2016, Carolyn Keller. From 2022, the class of 1975, Marianne Barnaby. And our honoree in 2022, also from the class of 1979, Mr. Don Ide. There he is. We'd like to welcome our folks from the high school administration and staff. Without them, the Alumni Association just wouldn't be what it is. Our principal, Miss Sharon Scarborough. Our athletic director, who's been busy throwing sod all day over at the new field, Matt Bowling. Our special teams coordinator, Dennis Stollard. From the class of 1985, and our current wrestling coach, Andy Guglielmini. Our band director, Carlos Galetti. From the class of 1987, our media specialist, Eric Salenzi. And from the class of 1991, our football operations director, Doug Schofield. Our elected officials joining us tonight are Mayor of Bradenton, Mayor Gene Brown. City of Bradenton Councilwoman Marianne Barnaby. And another City of Bradenton Councilwoman, Pam Coachman. We get a ton of support from people over and over again without whom we just couldn't do the things that we do. They make us look really, really good. They make us look like we know what we're doing. Our photographer from the class of 2006, Billy D. From the class of 1997, our videographer who created and also printed the programs, and he's a first responder, Todd Soletto. And the person that makes our beautiful floral arrangements, arranges our flowers every year for us, as children or graduates, Mr. Fred Barnes. Fred, thank you so much for all you do. So we got a lot of wonderful people here. If you weren't announced, just wave real quick. We love that you're here, and we're glad that you're here. To bring us our invocation, if you would welcome Coach Dennis Stollard to the podium. Coach. Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, if you would join me, let's pray.
Go.
We got a little extra music, but we'll have a jazzy prayer here, John.
How about that? You want to turn it up a little bit more?
Thanks. That's fine. Okay, thanks. Heavenly Father, it's just an honor to stand here this evening before this distinguished group. I look around and I see all the talents and the gifts and the skill sets that you've bestowed on these people. And it's such a blessing. We thank you for this night. We look forward to the people that we're going to celebrate and honor. And we ask that you be here in our presence tonight. Bless this time together of conversation, laughter, and fellowship together. And bless this food that we're about to receive. Lord, I look out this window and I just thank you for this beautiful world that you've created for us to enjoy. And we just want you to know, Lord, that we love you in a special way. And all God's people said, Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Coach. Okay, if you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we are going to introduce now the 2023 Manatee High School Chorus with Director Tommy Jamisco. And they're going to come out. 40 of them, we think, showed up this evening to come out and honor you all as alumni. So it's a wonderful thing. Thank you so much, Tommy. And when they're done with the national anthem, they're going to give us a beautiful rendition of our alma mater. So please remain standing.
Billy, you got one angle left?
Maybe it's more than 40. Okay. The student body of Manatee High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag
wonderful. Thank you. And before you all leave, if I call your name, if you would just kind of raise your hand or step forward, we'd like to recognize you very quickly. Grant Richardson. Hannah Keston. Rylan Jamisco. And Aubrey Barkley. And the reason that we've recognized these seniors tonight, because we want you to know where some of your funds are going that we've donated to our scholarship program. So these fine individuals have all received a scholarship on behalf of our Alumni Association to help them in college next year. So congratulations and good luck. And you may be seated. Good job. That has just, really, I think, come into Manatee and done a wonderful job. We were talking earlier about, the end of the school year, and she told me there is no really end of the school year for her, that she just keeps on going and is very, very dedicated to the students at Manatee, and that how this year was kind of special to her, that she's kind of getting to know the students, and she's been through a few classes now, and she's really starting to bond with the students that have been there during her tenure, and I think that's pretty cool. And even more cool is that her husband is a class of the 1987. But I would like to introduce you to our principal, who's going to make a few remarks to us, Sharon Scarborough.
I don't know about using a microphone, it's pretty loud, but I really use it.
I think I'm going to sit down next to you a lot tonight.
Speak at this group when I just
She's
named
class of 87.
Yeah, was
Her
welcomed
husband
to
is.
an alumni event by Mr. G. Brown, so thank you. And I mentioned for more years than I'm going to mention. We're very young still. But I was thankful for the opportunity to be part of this community. And people ask me, what is the status of Manatee? And it's excellent because of the foundation that you have all built. You have created a tradition of excellence. You've created this foundation and a community that supports the school and supports the students well beyond their years. And for that, I am thankful. The status, the expectation is there, and you have to rise to it. And that makes me so excited of what can we do to be even better every year. I'm thankful for that. We're having things all the time that are changing. We're going to have a new turf field if you drove by. That has been tilling today, as they said, Mr. Bowling and I, shovels out there, not really, but it is tilling up. It's been in the works for quite a while. Ms. Keller has been more than generous in how she has welcomed everybody and wants to make a part. And the people that are here tonight being inducted are all part of that. You've created that. Ms. Boone has been nothing more than so special. She comes by and checks on me, and she brings me breakfast treats sometimes and tempts me with sweets. And I look to so many different people for advice. Coach Canan, I asked him, can we have lunch? I need to just talk to you. I want to know more about how I can do what I need to do to make Manatee a great place. And it is a great place because of all of you. So thank you so much for inviting me to here this evening. Congratulations to the inductees, and I look forward to continuing to create alumni that are going to come here and be name makers and community changers. So that means a lot. But I have a challenge for you, Ms. Keller said you must do. And I expect greatness from this group. So I'm going to say the requisite we are, and you will say again to you very loudly. And I think we need one time. So are we ready?
Great.
Okay, we are
Manatee!
Fantastic. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always very supportive, and thanks for being here. We just appreciate it. She's been here every year, not all of our banquets, since we've started it. So we have a few special acknowledgments tonight. Just like to thank the people that have helped make tonight possible. First off, my partners at the Milestone Financial Group at Morgan Stanley. They allowed us to be a Category 5 sponsor tonight, title sponsor for the event. So thanks to my partners, and some Bob and Rich are here. We appreciate it. Publix, for the first time, we were able to, work with them, and they were very helpful in getting us a gift card that paid for our cake tonight, the mints on your table, and we got a little bit of money left over to help us start out the festivities for our Hall of Honor banquet. So thanks to Publix for doing that for us. The Manatee Memorial Foundation Thrift Shop, the containers, Oasis, etc., the flowers for every banquet, they just always pitch in and do just a really, really nice job for us, always giving back. And if you have anything in your house that needs repurposing, replacement, bring it by the Foundation Thrift Shop, and they will put it to very, very good use, I assure you. So thank you very much to the Thrift Shop folks. And King's Wholesale Florist, graduates from Manatee Alumni, and they provided our roses for tonight. And as you know, Sunday is Mother's Day, so getting this many roses, 8 dozen roses right before Mother's Day was quite a feat. So thank you to the folks at King's Wholesale Florist. And our final acknowledgement tonight, some people just go quietly and do things, and they're very humble in doing things, and just really don't even want the recognition and just want to remain anonymous and do their things. And I can tell you that I met this person, and they were just kind of a quiet leader, and would sit at our meetings, and we'd talk about things. And they would listen and say, what do you think about this? What if we did this? What about this person? What about that person? And he served on the alumni board with us for quite some time, August 2017 through October of 2022. Graduated from Manatee, just a absolutely wonderful person, went on to the Citadel. And made a mark there, but just always had his heart in the right place, and just was a wonderful, wonderful person. I can't look at him because I will start to break up, but Bill Howard, thank you so much for the contributions that you've made to our Alumni Association. Come on up for just a second, I got something for you. You the man, baby. There you go. Hang it proudly on your wall, my friend, okay?
Absolutely.
All
I'll
right.
hang it in my heart.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I told him to hang it on his wall, and he said that he would hang it on his heart. And that's the kind of person that Bill is. So, and this is for you too, from tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Don't open it till later.
I take over.
There we go. So just want to bring you up to speed real quick on the Alumni Association and kind of what's going on. Here we started in 1994 when Gary Thyler sucked me in. Recruited me to be the president of the association. That we started the Outstanding Alumni Program in 1994. I think we started the association well before that. It used to be the Manatee High School Foundation, I think we called it. And it started from there. And we've had 39 inductees into the Outstanding Alumni Program, including 2023, from a roster that we've developed of 36,000 graduates. So nobody's challenged me on it, but I'm saying now that makes us the largest alumni association in the United States of America. I used to say Florida. I'm picking it up now because nobody challenged Florida. So we're just going to go on until somebody wants to challenge that. But it's been a wonderful, wonderful ride. The Athletic Hall of Honor started in 2016, 48 individuals and 12 teams inducted, 6 individuals and 1985 boys tennis team being inducted in October 19th at the Seafood Shack, and honored at the alumni football game on the 20th. So that's going to be fun on the 20th of October. Our website started in 2013 and now has the following records. The database contains contact information for 27,000 graduates from 1937 to 2022. We're trying to get our oldest alumni that we can find to accept our written newsletter, but she would rather receive it electronically. So that says something pretty cool. The class of 2023 will be added soon, and a complete list of graduates from 1904 through 2022 includes 36,000 names, as I said earlier. You can go to ManateeHighSchoolAlumni.com to view all the information. If you haven't signed up for full access and you're alumni, please do it. If you're not an alumni, you need not apply, because Carolyn, who looks at those very, very closely, and she will reject you flat out if you're not. So just a little news there, but it's great. Our monthly newsletter mailed goes out, and it's a $15 subscription fee, but we send that, quarterly to 250 people that don't have email. So for some of our folks that don't have email and haven't done that, we get to them. Our database is for the United States military service, first responders, medicals, and academic achievements folks. We've put those databases together. Our Facebook page reaches 7,600 people, but when some posts are shared, they reach 30 to 50,000 people, which is, bizarre in my mind, but we do, and it's awesome. And we have Twitter and Instagram pages, so we're trying to reach out to the younger folks with the Instagram, but unfortunately nobody on our board can figure it out. So we're trying to recruit younger people to do our Instagram posts for us. Our library of yearbooks contains every yearbook from 1930 to 2023, with the 1921 Oracle yearbook being the oldest one. So that's pretty cool. We have commencement programs from 1950 to 2022 and are still searching for originals for some of those years. And I just want to let you know that if you come across any of that old memorabilia, please, we would love to have it. We store it, we take care of it, and we promise you that if you have some of that memorabilia that you would like to pass on, we will do good things with it. Since our scholarship program began in 2015, we have awarded $104,500 in scholarship, including $34,500 awarded this week. So it's a wonderful thing, and we're 501c3, so we're using the donations very, very wisely. Did I get everything?
You did good.
Perfect. Because I will get whipped if I don't, so it's a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and start to introduce some of our honorees now. And without any further ado, just a wonderful, wonderful group this year. And, hard decisions. And a lot of people ask us, why isn't so-and-so, part of the Hall of Honor? Why isn't this person? Why? Because as a board, we don't nominate people. We depend on you all to nominate people. And we have found so many wonderful people through nominations from our alumni and people that they brought to our attention and everything else. And it's just, sometimes, folks come up, and there'll be a few of them tonight that are just like, yeah, duh, that's obvious, they're outstanding. And then sometimes people come up and it's just like, wow, what a hidden gem from our alumni, and they're just absolutely, absolutely wonderful. So, so we need your help with that. We need your help to nominate folks, for our Hall of Honor and our outstanding alumni that we're going to do tonight. We started to, we used to just do one person, and we're like, if we just do one person, we're just never going to get through everybody. So, so we just started nominating a bunch of people. And we broke it down into categories, and you're going to hear those categories tonight. And we'll talk about that. And you can win in more than one category. So we see somebody and we're like, yeah, they ought to be a couple categories, and we do that. So our first honoree tonight is being honored for military achievement and academic achievement. Military achievement, the recipient must have been honorably discharged from the United States military and distinguished themselves through years of service, military awards, heroic actions. Academic achievement, the recipient has excelled by furthering and utilizing their education for the betterment of themselves and especially for others. So our first honoree tonight is Harry George Hank Renegal from the Manatee County High School class of 1957. So while at Manatee County High School, Hank was active in clubs and sports, played baseball all 3 years. High school was 3 years then, which would have been better for me, and graduated 7th in his class of 283 graduates. At his high school graduation, Hank sang America the Beautiful as part of the graduation program. He continues to sing in the assisted living facility where he and his wife Ashley live today. He was appointed to West Point, graduated in the top 10% of his class of 534 with a degree in engineering and as a second lieutenant in the Army Corps of Engineers. He served 2 tours in Vietnam, with the first tour as a captain and engineer construction company commander, and his second tour as a major serving as a combat engineer battalion's executive officer. On return from his second tour, he was assigned to attend the U.S. Army's prestigious Command and General Staff College in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. Upon graduation, he was the only U.S. Army officer selected to attend the Argentine Army Command and Staff College in Buenos Aires as an exchange student, where he became proficient in Spanish over the 18-month courses. His next assignment was the Army School of the Americas in Panama Canal Zone, where he taught subjects in Spanish to Latin American officers. West Point sought his service at the academy and as an academic instructor and sent him to Penn State University, where he earned his master's degree in organic chemistry. He returned to West Point, where he taught chemistry for the next 3 years before returning for his second tour in Vietnam. Later in his career, he agreed to another appeal from West Point and was accepted into Stanford University's graduate program, where he received a PhD in physical chemistry and returned to West Point, where he taught cadets for 7 years before retiring in 1988 as a full colonel with 27 years of active military service. Over Hank's military career, he was awarded several distinguished medals. He received 3 Bronze Stars for his 2 Vietnam tours. Our nation's 4th highest military award, the Army Commendation and Meritorious Service Medals, among others. Following his Army retirement, he returned to Stanford University as a senior research scientist, taught a chemistry class, and finally retired after 17 years in 2005. Military service and education were vital in the Renegal family, as his father fought in the trenches of World War I and retired as a full colonel. His younger brother, Bill, a 1960 Manatee High School graduate, received a medical retirement as a major after losing his hand in Vietnam, but went on to receive his PhD and taught at West Point. Hank was nominated by his 1957 classmate, Bill Howard, who is here tonight, and he lives in Demarest, Ohio. His daughter, Elizabeth, Liz Reichenschneider, there we go, is with him this evening, and his wife of 57 years, Ashley, and their 2 sons, Eric and Alan, could not attend. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating Colonel Hank Renegal. Congratulations, sir. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. Go ahead and take your seats. Good evening, Manatee High School graduates, faculty members, friends, and families. It's a real honor to be asked to speak to this group this evening. I fondly remember my years at Banquet High School and the close friend I made. My teachers gave me a strong educational background which allowed me to attend and graduate from West Point in New York. I'm very proud of all of my academic and military accomplishments, but I'm also proud of the family I have built. I have been married for 57 years. We have 3 children and 6 grandchildren. I've had the opportunity to travel and live in many interesting places. I've served in Germany, Argentina, Panama, and all over the country, including California, which was my time at Stanford University. The last 10 years, Ashley and I have lived in Northeast Georgia on 30 acres. We have spent our days gardening, swimming in the pool, and visiting with the kids and grandkids. I've had a busy and great life. And at Manatee High School was the beginning. I'm thankful for the friendships I've made here. They have been lifelong friends. Thank you again for recognizing me with this award. It means a great deal to me. Thank you. I don't think a colonel should cry, but
I think you deserve it, sir. Thank you so much. Absolutely. All right, thank you. Look over here at Billy over here. We're going to show him.
Smile.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. This probably needs to be framed in the living room. Our next honoree is another military achievement, and that person is from the Manatee County High School class of 1958, Joey Edgar Wingate. Joey was born in Sarasota but grew up in Bradenton and Palmetto and graduated in the last class of Manatee County High School. He was on the student council for 3 years, M Club, Wheel Club, and Torchbearers, and excelled in sports. He was a fullback on the football team and good at intercepting passes and excelling on the track team. After graduation, Joey enlisted in the United States Marine Corps and graduated in December 1958 with honors from the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in Parris Island. After receiving his infantry trainer at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, he returned to Parris Island and was a weapons and swimming instructor for over 2 years. He was assigned to many Marine Corps ground and aviation units as an infantry marine and later as an avionic technician. He had over 10 years of Marine security guard duty as a watchstander and detachment commander at American embassies in Turkey, Greece, and Russia. Joey served 2 tours in South Vietnam and was wounded twice while on helicopter medevac operations to pick up wounded Marines and South Vietnam soldiers during combat operations. He was awarded the Purple Heart Medal with a Gold Star and South Vietnamese Medal of Valor. He retired from the Marine Corps as a Master Gunnery Sergeant in 1988 while assigned to the Marine Corps Base, Quantico, Virginia. The next year he became an FEERS government employee and held the position of Assistant Director and later Director of Security at the National Defense University at Fort McNair, Washington, D.C. After 10 years, he was hired by the DEA in Arlington, Virginia, as a physical security specialist and technical surveillance countermeasures technician. He traveled extensively over the United States and many South American and Caribbean countries. He retired from the DEA in 2003 after serving 47 years in the federal government. Joe was nominated by his friend and classmate Dave Barton, who lives in Kentucky, and planned to be here this evening but couldn't make it. Joey lives in Woodbridge, Virginia, and traveling here with him tonight is his wife of 62 years, Effie, who is also a retired Pierce government employee who was a Fulbright program officer in the European Education Division, traveling to many countries to select foreign students for the Fulbright program. He's also joined by his cousins, Ginger Nobles, a 1959 Manatee graduate, and Sarah Shalash. And if you all would please stand up for us real quick. And somebody else? Okay. Linda, I'm sorry. So please join me in welcoming Master Gunnery Sergeant Joey Wingate to the podium. Congratulations, sir. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
I appreciate
you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a pleasant surprise.
You're President Emeritus, remember?
Thank you to Manatee County High School Alumni Association for getting me on the list and getting me selected, and the people that voted for me. And for Dave Barton, who I was hoping would be here tonight. I stay in touch with Dave all the time. But anyway, it's really a pleasure to be here, be back in my hometown. Was born in Sarasota, was raised in Braden, lived in Palmetto for many years, lived in the Atwood Grapefruit Grove out there between Ellington and Palmetto. Attended Palmetto Elementary School and junior high, and then came to Manatee County High School and graduated in 1958. But I think the gentleman has already covered most of my history. I spent 30 years in the United States Marine Corps. I had a really good tour for 30 years, some good, some bad, but overall very, very good. I met my bride of 60-something years in Africa. We have two wonderful daughters who've done very well in life. Got them through college, and they married well, and they've given us 3 great grandchildren, and life has been good. I retired in 2003 from DEA, and it's been a real pleasure being retired. And I couldn't figure out how I got things done when I was working, because I was going to school. It took me 20 years to get my college education. I graduated in 1996 from college, from the Strayer University, and but I traveled all over the world and getting class here, class there. And it took 20 years for me to get my education.
What you got?
Anyway, I got the kids through college. They got their children all through college except for one. And she's in JMU up in Harrisonburg, Virginia. She'll be graduating next year. But anyway, I want to thank everyone for tonight and for this great honor. The Marine Corps has been great to me. And I want to say hello to any of the other my Marine brothers that may be in the audience tonight. I want to say Semper Fi.
Here you are, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you.
Thank
you
you.
very much. All right. Okay. We had to condense this next one from like 15 pages down to 6 paragraphs, so bear with me for just a second. This person is being nominated for service and support to Manatee High School. The recipient's deeds and actions reflect the importance of their pride in our alma mater, as demonstrated through their interest, participation, and support of the school or Manatee High School Alumni Association. From the class of 1984, Linda June Gartley Boone. Pretty much not anybody that she hasn't touched in the last, I don't know, 77 years? Okay.
I'm going back to changing whatever.
We're going to have to just give you a little bit of a hard time here. So Linda graduated from Manatee High School in the top 4% of her class and was a member of the Music Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, National Honor Society, and White M. She was the Marching Canes drum majorette and played in the symphonic and jazz band. After graduating from Manatee High School, she earned her bachelor's and master's degree in Spanish at the University of South Florida. She taught Spanish at Manatee High School for 35 years, served as a foreign language department chair, and was a member of the School Advisory Council and School Improvement Plan Board, and as an advisor to Project Pride, the Prep Club, and the Spanish Club. She taught students through the Hospital Homebound and University of Miami at IMG program. Linda became the Manatee High School Sugar Canes dance team director in 1982 and continued in the position for 25 years. The dance team, by the way, was the year before I graduated, just had to throw that in there. The dance team competed successfully at the state and national levels and consistently placed in the top 10 in the high kick division at nationals. After retiring from the Sugar Canes, she became the assistant band director at Manatee High School, continuing to advocate for and work with the dance team as a consultant. Linda was a Florida Dance Team Directors Association charter member. She was a founding member of the Manatee High School Alumni Association and has served as its secretary since its inception. She is the secretary for the Manatee High School Band Boosters Association, is a substitute teacher at Manatee High School, and tutors students in Spanish. Linda was nominated by her daughter, Jessica Velezquez, and joining Linda tonight is her husband of 45 years, Robert, a 1972 Manatee High School graduate, her son, Jason, class of 2004, her daughter, Jessica, class of 2002, and her grandson, Caden, granddaughter, Kendra, and who's currently a Manatee High School Sugar Cane. Her mother, Marie Gartley, sister, Mary Jane Fuller, class of 1972, and her brother and sister-in-law, Jamie and Zenise Marshall, and a whole host of supporters. So, you know, you can all stand up and let's see who's here. I mean, pretty much everybody in the room, I think, can stand up to support Linda. But somebody that I admire very, very much, and I have over the years, my sister being a dance teacher, I know what it takes. And you have touched the hearts of many, 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 many people, including mine in Manatee County. So please join me in congratulating Linda June Gartley-Boone.
Ooh.
5 minutes.
I hid my speech in here so nobody would steal it from me. I know how some of you are. Okay. This was written very quickly this afternoon, so hopefully it'll be okay. Anyway, I want to thank very much the Alumni Association for this great honor. Manatee High School's been my second home for over 50 years. For those of you that are around here, you know that. And I can't express how special this award is. I started at Manatee as a freshman. I was a newcomer to Bradenton and to Florida, having just moved down weeks before from New York State. And the students from Manatee that were in my neighborhood, Nita was one of them, who's over there in the corner, took me under their wings right away and helped me navigate through the culture shock that I was experiencing, because it's very different from where I was. Manatee was going through some real challenges at that time. We were newly desegregated, times were changing. I've always said, and those of you that were in school in the 70s, you know, the 60s came to Manatee High School in the 70s. Seriously, that's what happened. We were behind the times a little bit. So things were really, kind of crazy then. And we also had consolidated Walker Junior High School and Manatee High School into one 4-year school. The band and Spanish classes became kind of my area, where I could meet many lifelong friends, engage in fun extracurricular activities, and just feel like a part of the school. I guess it makes sense that teaching Spanish became my vocation and band-related activities became my avocation. One of those, Sugar Canes, which we already talked about, That and dance really became my passion, which is kind of weird because I've never taken a dance lesson in my life. I know. So 41 years ago, I started working with the Sugar Canes, and I'm still involved with that and the band, even though I retired from it 16 years ago. But anyway, my involvement with the dance program led me to being a part of a lot of the things that John talked about. But more than that, it brought so many really special and wonderful people into my life. The dancers, their parents, the band directors I worked with, other coaches, and outstanding people in the band and dance industry. And I count among my friends many of my former dancers, some are in there, and their parents, as well as current and retired coaches. Now, teaching at Manatee was a job that it sounds corny, I know, but I absolutely loved it. I was always happy to go to work each day. I had that random student or class that was challenging and sometimes aggravating. And those of you here know who you are. But overall, I really had wonderful students and parents and colleagues and staff and administrators to work with. I retired earlier than I had planned, 5 years earlier actually, because of the changes that came in retirement. And financially, it made sense to retire early. But I was fortunate to go back 2 more times to teach full-time, just for a little bit, and many times to teach short-term. I laugh and say that I actually retired 3 times from Manatee High School. And I guess I really did. But I do miss teaching, especially the interactions with the students and the colleagues that I had there. And I guess that's why I love to sub. A lot of people don't like subbing, but I love it. But only at Manatee. It's actually something I look forward to, and I'm glad that I can do it. And I also enjoy being able to work with the band and the Sugar Canes, and I'm so appreciative that people that are in charge of those programs allow me to do so, because that's not always the case. Whether I have an official title or not, my heart is always going to be there. Just continuing to be a part of the high school, helping out where needed, baking those treats, or enjoying extracurricular activities just in general allows me to visit my second home often. Now, getting involved in this association was another great opportunity for me. As John mentioned, it all started in that conference room, and I still don't know to this day how I became secretary that day. But I'm still here.
Yep.
So we'll see how long that lasts. But honestly, nobody's ever come up to me and said, Linda, please let me do your job. So I guess I'm in it for a long time. But again, the best part of it is all the people that I've met by working with the organization. And it's been so fun to watch it grow and develop from where we started. How many years ago, I couldn't have imagined how many people would belong to our association, how many people would come and we'd have these wonderful events, nor how much money we'd be giving out in scholarships. So I just really look forward to watching it continue to grow and to develop. So now I have my thank yous. First of all, to all the people who came here tonight to support me, and I know many of you came jointly or for other reasons, but I still love to see you at all of these events. I see classmates of mine, former students, former dancers, friends of mine, my family. It really means so much to have you here. A shout out to the current and past administrations at MHS for always being so supportive and allowing me to continue to serve at Manatee long after I retired. And I know I owe you guys some baked goods. I've been remiss, I know it. But sorry to say, it ain't gonna happen this week. Okay, too much going on. But I'm going out of town for a little bit, but I'll be back the last week of school and I'll make sure I get you some. And I know you're there in the summer too, and I live so far away. It'll be hard for me to get there, but anyway, I know I owe you. I really would like to thank my parents. My mother's here tonight. My dad obviously is no longer with us, but they both showed our whole family the importance of having a strong work ethic and also being committed to volunteering. When my dad passed away, I saw all the list of things that he had done that I was totally unaware of. And my mother's the same. And she's going to be 96 next month.
Wow.
It's from her home, but she's still doing all kinds of things. So I really appreciate that lesson, and I also appreciate everything they did while I was doing teaching and also doing the dance team, all the kinds of things they did to help out. Also, thanks to my kids, Jessica and Jason, and even now my grandkids, Kendra and Caden, for allowing me to do what I do. I know there have been a lot of rescheduled birthdays and other holidays because I had other things going on and missed events, but I appreciate that you've just kind of gone with it and not complain too much about it. But I enjoy being a part of whatever you guys are doing, and I really have appreciated the support. Okay, and the biggest thanks, of course, must go to Robert. I mean, we've been married for, as he said, almost 45 years. We've been together a few more years than that. But none of the things that I've done would have been possible if he hadn't been so supportive. Not to mention all the out-of-town meetings, the conferences, the competitions, and those fun girls' trips that I take to. He never has questioned, or questions even now, my desire to pursue anything. So he's always there, keeping the home fires burning, no matter what. So know that I love you and appreciate you. So now I'm going to close. Thanks again to the Alumni Association for this amazing honor. I'm definitely going to treasure it. One more thing, don't forget to buy your 50/50 raffle tickets. You get one for $5 and
Five for 20.
So do that. Thank you again so much.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
It was awesome.
Yeah, like I said, she got there in '82, a year before I graduated, and I was in sixth period Spanish class. Thought, hey, I'll learn a little Spanish, and hey, it's the sugar canes director that's teaching us, so maybe I'll get to meet some sugar canes, you know? It was sixth period, and I finished my first class and headed over to football practice. And Coach Joe Canan looked at me and said, "Where have you been?" I said, "I'm in Spanish class." He said, "We got weightlifting in sixth period. You need to be over here and drop that Spanish class." So I didn't get to meet any sugar canes. It was very sad. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Boone, for all you do. We love you, and you're well loved in the Manatee High School community. Our next recipient is going to be awarded for community achievement, and this recipient exhibits integrity and a demonstrated commitment to service through an interest in bettering the lives of others through volunteer efforts in their community. And our winner in this category this evening is Angela Marie Angel Coloniso, Manatee class of 1986. While at Manatee High School, Angel was on the class board, Mac High staff, Spanish club, Spanish Honor Society, student council, and track and weightlifting. She worked for Bell's department store through high school and college and was the first recipient of the Robert M. Bell Senior Trust Fund Scholarship. She earned her AA degree from Manatee Community College and her bachelor's from University of South Florida, where she was a member of the Alpha Chi National Honor Society and the National Criminal Justice Honor Society. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the New England School of Law in Boston, where she was awarded the Excellence for Future Award in Criminal Procedure for having the highest grade in her class. She was named to the Dean's List for 4 consecutive semesters and graduated in the top 1/3 of her class. Angel has over 30 years of experience in public service in Manatee County and has served as the clerk of the circuit court since 2015, where she succeeded her boss and mentor, Chip Shore, who unexpectedly passed away. She is very active in the community and has been a Manatee County Bar Association member since 2000, having served as both a director and an officer. She is a Manatee Memorial Hospital Women's Action Committee member and in the Bradenton Kiwanis Club, the Manatee County Historical Commission, and the Florida Association of Women Lawyers. She's a 2013 graduate of Leadership Manatee and served on their Alumni Association board. Angel is very active in the Florida Court Clerks and Controllers Association, having been elected by her peers around the state to the executive committee and serving in various leadership roles. The Florida Supreme Court appointed her to the Florida Courts Technology Commission, and she currently serves on the Access Governance Board, a subcommittee of the FCTC. She serves as an appointee by the Florida Supreme Court on the Judicial Management Work Group of the Trial Court Technology Strategies. She served as the Florida Senate President appointee on the Clerk of the Court Operations Corporation. She has received the Palmetto Youth Center Government Award for outstanding contribution to interracial harmony and multicultural understanding. She was featured on ABC 7 News' Amazing Women of the Suncoast and in Next Gen magazine. Angel was nominated by her friend and employee, Victoria Tesmer, Manatee High School class of 1986, who wasn't able to be with us this evening, but worked with Angel while in college and as a colleague and employee in the clerk's office. She stated she is the best boss a person could ask for. She is supportive, professional, and extremely knowledgeable. Joining Angel tonight are her mother, Mildred Millie Coloniso. Millie graduated from the Manatee, and by the way, Millie graduated from the Manatee Sheriff's Department Citizen Law Enforcement Academy this week. So congratulations, Millie. She's also joined by her brother Vincent, who's Manatee High School class of 1992, her niece Serafina, and her nephew Joseph, who will be a senior at Manatee this fall and is the kicker for the Canes. And also joining her this evening is Carol Clark Shore from class of 1960, who is, of course, the lovely wife of Chip Shore, was somebody that we miss dearly and love very, very much in our community. So please join me in welcoming Angel Coloniso.
Hearing all of that this evening, I'll tell you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm not one to write my thoughts, but I'm going to tonight stick to this, stay on task. As I look at the amazing and distinguished honorees I'm among tonight, I am honored, and I don't know what I did to deserve this honor, being included with you, but I am certainly very grateful. And I thank you as well for your service to this country and all those in this room who served. Thank you. I'm grateful for the friends and family here tonight. John kind of took my little speech so it'll be a little shorter. But thank you to my brother and my mom and Joey and Serafina. Serafina will be a freshman next year at Manatee High, carrying on that tradition. And the fact that you're here means so much to me. And I want to thank my mentor, one of my mentors, Chip Shore. He was also an alumnus of Manatee High School, and thank you, Mrs. Shore, for being here tonight so much. It means so much to me. Mr. Shore never hesitated to drop kick me out of my comfort zone, that's for sure. Always, and he'd get a kick out of doing it too. Recently, this whole honor has caused me to reflect and remember such happy times in high school. My years at Manatee High were some of the best times. I'll never forget the 1982 state championship game in Miami and getting out of school early with my friends to ride one of the many fan buses headed to Miami. Thank you, Coach Canan, for that half day of school. Appreciated that. On the way through downtown, fans from the downtown lined the streets, waving at the buses as we drove by, cheering proudly. It was Christmas time, and my friends and I wrote a song to the tune of 12 Days of Christmas, only it was the 12 Days of Football, based on our team. We had our entire bus of local fans singing. And there were all kinds of people on this bus, not just students. These were people from all over the community, so I think we drove them crazy all the way to Miami. But they liked it. I remember the fall Fridays, the cool fall air and the windows open in the main building, sitting in the class, everyone in their spirit colors with their football ribbon stickers. I don't know if they still sell those, but they had a gold football, remember them, Jackie? With the ribbons hanging on them. And who remembers some, oh, and I remember hearing our band practicing after school. They numbered a couple hundred back then, several hundred as I remember. They took up the whole field with our marching canes. And who remembers some of the songs that played on the radio back then? To this day, if I hear Thriller or Wham's Last Christmas or Journey, it takes me right back to those days. MTV just debuted, and they were still playing music videos then. And we did not have a care in the world. I remember the excitement of winning a game and going to Happy Joe's or McDonald's or even Shake Pit after the games. We didn't have cell phones or laptops, we had boom boxes. And in the summer, we took them to the beach with sun in our hair and baby oil, thinking we'd actually tan. We just kind of ruined our skin for our future. And remember Fast Eddie's Pier and Duffy's. We usually ended those days at Shake Pit too. There was a theme there. We saw many movies at DeSoto Square Mall, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, 16 Candles, and many more. I remember the kids who lived on the island. They were always near a payphone on a stormy day, calling the West Coast Surf Shop to see if the waves were up and how high they were, and then plotting how they were going to skip class to go surf. That wasn't my thing, but I remember hearing it. So don't forget either the laser light shows at the planetarium.
Heck yeah. Pink Floyd.
I'm sorry.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd, yes, always Pink Floyd. We lived a simple life back then. We were a nation firmly planted and proud. We had pillars of our community setting a path and building a thoughtful future together. My hope is that students today can experience their own modern version of the great times that we did and cherish their local community and serve it well beyond their high school years. It is very interesting to me to see how life unfolds as we grow older. Never would I have dreamed all those years ago that when I was a freshman sitting in my Spanish class, that I would be here tonight, honored to be named as one of the outstanding alumni, along with my awesome teacher, Linda Boone. Go ahead. And amazing alums being honored this evening as well. To receive this distinction is truly an honor and will always hold a special place in my heart. And I thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I worked at Happy Joe's. If anybody ever needs a pizza made, I'm your guy. Our next recipient is being recognized for professional achievement. The recipient has distinguished themselves by attaining prominence through their efforts in the fields of commerce, industry, technology, medicine, music, and government. And this person really has absolutely done that. So from the Manatee High School class of 1989, we'd like to recognize Jacqueline Holly Jackie Dzalski. Jackie and her family moved to Manatee County in 1980. While at Manatee, Jackie was a member of the Girls State Class Board, Calendar, Mu Alpha Theta, National Honor Society, Orchestra, Students Against Drunk Drivers, Project Pride, Spanish Club, and Spanish Honor Society, Student Council, White M, Forensics, and the girls softball team. It was the first year the softball team played fast pitch, and they practiced 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. She's a graduate of University of Florida with a Bachelor of Fine Arts and a Master's in Business Administration. 27 years ago, she responded to a newspaper help wanted ad for a part-time communications manager at the Manatee Chamber of Commerce and is now the president and CEO of the chamber. There you go. Absolutely. The Chamber was recognized as the inaugural National Chamber of the Year and is the 5-time Florida Chamber of the Year, holding a 5-star accreditation with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, a distinction held by less than 1% of the 8,000-plus chambers of commerce in the United States. Jackie earned the Institute of Organizational Management credential from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and is a graduate of Leadership Manatee and the Cornerstone 38 class of Leadership Florida. Jackie oversaw the launch of Manatee Young Professionals, the region's longest-running young professionals program, and managed studies on healthcare and the economic impact of the arts, laying the foundation for action and funding to benefit the community. In her almost 6 years as Chamber President, Jackie has led her team through the unexpected passing of our beloved Chamber and community leader when Bob Bartz unexpectedly passed away. When he passed away during hurricanes and a devastating pandemic and a changing business climate, and winning the Florida Chamber of the Year for the 5th time in 2021. She is a highly respected business and community leader, passionate about the growth and success of her team, local businesses, and our community. She leads with great vision, genuine sincerity, and the highest integrity, and is mindful of her influence on others. She was named the Women's Resource Center Wonder Woman, featured on the cover of SRQ Magazine, the Herald Tribune's Business Weekend, and West Coast Woman. She has served on many local boards, including the United Way Suncoast, Realize Bradenton, Suncoast Workforce, Manatee Education Television, Keep Manatee Beautiful, Manatee County Gator Club, Manatee Healthcare Alliance, Manatee River Fair Association, Kaiser University Business Advisory Council, and a past volunteer for Big Brothers Big Sisters, Junior Achievement, and Junior League of Manatee County. She makes me look like I'm going in slow motion. We could go on about Jackie's professional success, but she is first and foremost a wife, mother of 2 children, and an active Harvest United Methodist Church member. Her starstruck celebrity moment was getting pinched on the cheek by Eric Estrada when she was 5 years old in LA at the height of the CHIPS TV era. Jim was nominated by her friend Kim Dalglish, who is with us tonight. Jackie's family members joining us this evening are her husband Mike Kennedy, her son Micah, and daughter Lucy. Her mother Laura Dzelski, and her father-in-law Ron Winkler, and her brother-in-law Charlie Kennedy. Please join me in welcoming and honoring Miss Jackie Dzelski.
Thank you.
You rock star.
Thank you.
Much. Although I swear it's nothing compared to the students we saw up here singing to us. When you have you had any honor at all to be involved in any of the scholarship or recognition programs for young people in Manatee County? I have no idea how these young people are doing what they're doing. But thank you first and foremost. Thank you so much to the Alumni Association. This is an incredible and humbling honor. When Carolyn, one of my past chairmen of the board of the chamber, called me and she said, I've been trying to get a hold of you, and I wanted to say congratulations. And it was just after the chamber and our team and our membership were honored with our 5th Florida Chamber of the Year award. And so I think I went on for a couple of minutes, Carolyn saying, yeah, I know, and can't believe it, 5th time, no other chamber has been honored 5 times. And we were talking about our beloved Bob Bartz. I said he's looking down. Finally, I can walk by the amazing memorial that we have to him outside the door and say, finally, one on my watch. And so I don't know how long I went on. And then Carolyn's like, yeah, but that's not exactly why I'm calling you. And then she told me, and I said, this is so foreign. I'm so used to calling our members to tell them that we're winning a small business award or a healthcare award or a young professionals award. So I'm truly blown away. And I would say there's, the adage of
guilt by association, and I feel like I'm just lucky enough to be the other side of that coin, and it's glory by association with this award, because there's no way that the professional achievements and experiences that I've had are my responsibility. It's because I've been trained and mentored and worked with the very best people in the community. And thank you so much, Mom, for being here, and my husband and my kids. And Lucy said, can you read at least one paragraph about me? So she really wanted me to announce that she went to her very first concert this year. I was in high school when I went to my first concert with Dina and Cara in the back, I believe, Billy Joel. Lucy got to go to Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift,
So,
of course she did.
there you go, Lucy. And then my son Micah, who is a graduating 8th grader and will be starting Manatee High School in the fall. Please don't embarrass me. And he did meet his future principal this evening, and she promised not to acknowledge that she met him once he's on campus in the fall. But I'll tell you, I was lucky enough to be on campus yesterday, being one of the tour guides for the superintendent candidates that are in town as Manatee County School District selects who will be leading our district as superintendent. And I'll tell you, the rock star team at every school we visited, but Manatee High School in particular, we are in great hands for the future. So thank you so much to your team. I have a number of my chamber staff, rock star team members here, and we had a major event tonight. We're holding a big business expo at the convention center. They're probably just finishing cleaning up, but again, 27 years at the Manatee Chamber, working to further our economy and to build the quality of life that makes us all want to stay, and that makes those students that we saw this evening want to come back after whatever their post-secondary experience is the greatest honor of my life. But it's because I've worked with the very best people in the community for 27 years and learned so much from them. And now I'm getting to create, the future Manatee County for my own children and for all of yours as well. So with that, did I miss anything on my list? I probably did, but thank you all so much. It's a great honor. Congratulations to all of the other honorees, and it's just an incredible privilege to be with you tonight.
Very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. It is pretty cool that you all came tonight. I mean, that's a big event that you all were at, and I think it was cool. But I did go over and sit with them earlier, and they just said that they were happy to not be on the cleanup crew. So, so they were happy to be here for sure. I see a couple martini glasses on it. Our next individual that's going to be recognized tonight is a person that has been recognized for heroic achievement. And this recipient must have distinguished themselves through exemplary service and actions within their field of service, or been recognized for heroic acts or service above and beyond the call of duty, either from law enforcement, fire and rescue, Red Cross, park ranger, something like that. So, so we really, we found this person. We're like, wow, this is pretty amazing. Some of the things they've done, and from the class of 2002, we'd like to congratulate Robert Alexander Martini for his achievements and heroic achievement. So after graduating from Manatee High School, Robert trained to become a beach lifeguard and lieutenant EMT, and has done well for 20 years. He's been employed by Manatee County Marine Rescue, Fort Lauderdale Ocean Rescue, and Sarasota County Beach Rescue. He was the Lifeguard of the Year in 2004 and was awarded the Phoenix Award from the Sarasota County for saving 2 drowning individuals by performing CPR and bringing them back to life. He was also awarded 4 life-saving awards from the Sarasota County Fire Department, City of Longboat Key, and the City of Bradenton Beach, and Sarasota County for saving 4 victims whose boat was on fire. During the hurricane, he assisted the Coast Guard in saving individuals from drowning. Lifeguard staff training includes passing biannual qualification testing, and Robert has also earned high surf jet ski certification and is a master diver rescuer. He's competed regularly in national and world lifeguard competitions. All of Robert's rescues haven't occurred in the water. In 2007, a woman was assaulted in the bathroom at Lido Beach when Robert and another lifeguard chased the perpetrator for a mile before jumping a fence into the canal to swim after him. The man was apprehended and is now serving a 30-year sentence for that and other crimes he committed. When Robert would take his two children to the park in Sarasota, his young son Maverick often couldn't use the equipment because Maverick has autism spectrum disorder, and there weren't any Americans with Disability Act swing sets. In 2021, he launched the Maverick Movement, an online fundraiser to purchase 5 ADA-compliant swing sets for the county. To help encourage people to donate, Robert pledged that he would run a 50K or 31 miles if enough money were raised to purchase 5 swings. During Hurricane Ian, the covered area of the playground where Maverick goes to school was damaged, and once again, Robert pledged to paddle 80 miles if others would donate to raise money for the repairs. On June 25th, Robert will fulfill that pledge by participating in the Crossing for Cystic Fibrosis, a long-distance endurance paddle challenge and an international championship. In one night, he will paddle 80 miles across the Atlantic Gulf Stream from Bimini in the Bahamas back to Florida mainland and Lake Worth. Yeah. Can I give you like a fishing pole to troll for me? He will use a surf ski powered only by his arms, feet, and mind, and during the nearly 15-hour paddle, he'll focus on his family in Sarasota and his son's school, Better Life Academy. This will be his 3rd oceanic crossing, but the first time using a surf ski. To train, he wakes up at 4 a.m. daily and runs 10 to 12 miles before doing some cross training. Robert now lives in Sarasota with his wife, Jill, who nominated him for this award and is the first to receive it in the Heroic Achievement category. Jill and Maverick could not join us this evening, but with him are his daughter, Lila Blue Martini, his mother, Amy Martini, his grandmother, Joanne Charlton, and his uncle, Bill Howard, with other extended family members and friends. Please join me in welcoming Robert Martini. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Wonderful. There you go. Lock it on.
I really didn't prepare for anything. I was just gonna kind of wing it. My mom told me I had to come here, so I was like, all right. Kidding. I just want to say thank you to the Manatee Alumni Association for picking me, or my wife, but you guys choosing me to do this. I also want to say thanks to my great uncle, Bill Howard. I'm his great nephew, and it's an honor and privilege to be able to be nominated while he's receiving his award as well.
Yay.
When I got the phone call about this award, I was pretty shocked, honestly, because I was actually in the middle of my 20-mile paddle siesta. I had my headphones in, and I was just listening to some old school rap. And all of a sudden, the phone call comes in. I was like, I guess I should answer it. I was about like maybe a mile or so off of Siesta Key. That's pretty much where I work. #1 beach in America. And then that's when Miss Caroline told me that I was going to be receiving an award for heroism for tonight, and I was pretty stoked. She was like, why are you breathing so heavy? I'm paddling right now. I got a 80-mile paddle I have coming up, so I'm just getting kind of some practice in. And she's like, oh my God. You're able to talk to me up here? I got one of my headphones in, I got my iPhone and my life jacket on, so, you know. She was pretty shocked about it. She was laughing quite a bit. I was laughing as well. I just want to say thank you to for you guys acknowledging. There's a lot of first responders that don't get awards that kind of do what I do every day and don't get recognition for it. A lot of men and women that, you know, go over and beyond the call of duty. And I just want to say thank you all for, you know, choosing me for this award. Lifeguards is a very thankless job. I don't get really many thank yous or things like that when I save someone's life at any time, but usually when I do, it's pretty awesome. It makes me feel like I won $1 million. I may not get paid very well, but for me, it's more of a lifestyle choice. I get to be fit every day. I get to get paid to work out, and I really can't complain about that. But I got this 80-mile paddle coming up, and we'll see how it goes. I think I'm gonna do pretty well. I'm not really that scared about it. I've done the Catalina to Manhattan Beach 32-mile prone paddle, using all my arms. And then I've done the Malachi to Oahu, so this is my third oceanic crossing, but of this distance of 80 miles, it's gonna be quite long. And it's really cool to come here, because I live in Sarasota now. I haven't been to any of my reunions. I see Rich Morris over there, graduated with him. I think it's really cool that his branch sponsored all of this, Morgan Stanley, so I think that's really cool. I really appreciate that, man. And I'll see Coach Canan, played spring ball with him, and varsity, and also did freshman. So I appreciate it, Coach, for the weight training and the conditioning. But yeah, I just want to say thank you all very much. I really appreciate the time, and look forward to you guys seeing you at. If you guys want to come, it's going to be at Lake Worth Beach. That's just south of West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
I hope it'll be done by 12 hours. But we'll see what happens. But I'm shooting for 12. That's my goal. And we'll see how it goes. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Good job, my friend. Good job. Here you go. Congratulations. Good luck, man. All the best. Good luck.
Thank you. He kind of looks like a lifeguard, right? I mean, you're thinking lifeguard, paddler, whatever. That's exactly what I would figure. So that's kind of cool. So we recognize an outstanding class every year, and it's been fun doing that, because people are starting to hear about it a little bit. People are starting to go, well, you know, how do we get to be outstanding class, and what do you do? And I was like, well, you got to support us, and you got to do some different things, and you know, and just love Manatee High School. And I think this class really has done that. The outstanding class will demonstrate a commitment to Manatee High School over and above other classes through a single or series of contributions that distinguish them as truly outstanding. These contributions may be service-oriented, financial, or activity-related. Additional consideration will be given to those classes who show cohesiveness across their class and a history of interaction with each other and their alma mater. Like other categories, this award will only be presented when a deserving class is nominated and the committee recommends the award be presented. And we'd like to congratulate this year's recipient of the outstanding class, the Manatee High School class of 1987. So the class of 1987 was nominated by Shannon Graham Greer, Stephen Torek, Stacy Holmes Self, and Robert Self, with the following reasons why their class should be chosen for this award. During the pandemic of 2020 and 2021, the class of 1987 raised the most money to help the Alumni Association senior class events, for example, graduation, the parade, movie night in the stadium, and bags for graduation. $1,000 of the total $3,300 raised by the Alumni Association for 21 classes was donated by the class of 1987. A large system is in place for health and emotional support to classmates. They work together as a team for fundraisers and food trains for classmates in need. They have an active Facebook page to help maintain communication between classmates and frequently share Alumni Association posts on their Facebook page to help us spread the news to their classmates. They have frequent get-togethers that are always well attended at local locations. Several in the class married a classmate and years later divorced and married another classmate. Usually after reunions. And out of the billions of people worldwide, they could count 8 couples that have done this. And that's why we chose them. Joining us this evening from the class of 1987 are Casey Thibodeau-Blosky, Michelle DeSippo, Pinnell Miller, Margot Bowdman-Martin, Bunny Bradbury-Roberts, Eric Slinsky, Beth Rose Zipperer, and Brad Scarborough. Welcome to the podium. Who's going to talk for you all? All of us. They're all coming up. Are any of you romantically involved? Not from everyone from 87. All right, I love it. Here we go.
All right, we're gonna have Linda Boone come up and
Come on, Miss Boone, you gotta join us.
she is our favorite teacher. We still call her Mrs. Boone. And on the way here, first of all, thank you so much for recognizing us. We're like, why did we get recognized? That was some nice write-ups. I want to find out who all those people are that are married and remarried.
I got it.
We got the dirt on that.
So anyways, thank you very much. And I just want to say, I believe about half of us up here are Manatee County educators, so we're passing that along.
Cool.
So thank you. On the way here, we're like, we should have dressed like the 80s. So just pretend we all have curly hair with bangs up to here in neon colors. So we did end up bringing this.
And it's Lisa Hudson's
Vintage. We just lost a class member to breast cancer, and she's
it's her
very
birthday tomorrow too.
It is. So she's with us. And we do a lot of things. We're on the bus, and this is the driver of the bus, Casey, so she's going to go ahead.
Here's one thing that I hate to do is talk in front of adults because I work at elementary school. So I'm glad that everyone knows that. Like I think all of us know, our class is outstanding, though we are. And Carolyn used to be up there too.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, we do a lot of things together. I will kind of drive the bus, like you said, but everyone joins on, and that's what we want. So, yeah, so thank you for this honor, and I'm going to pass it to Eric.
Good evening. Casey really is downplaying her role. She really is very integral. She's the central piece of this. She is constantly reaching out to her classmates. She is constantly putting together events, as I heard earlier, at local establishments. Seriously, without her,
Local Jackie.
in all honesty, without Casey, we would not be as organized as we are. It is great. It's interesting. I'm sure all classes are very similar to 87. We're all very tight-knit. We're all from Manatee High School. It's not really probably just a class of any particular year. You all probably are very close with your own classmates. 87 is no different than any other class out there. We've lost, a lot of our former classmates, and it's one thing. And we are, and it's part of the sad part of getting older, and it's just something, when we have these reunions that we regretfully don't see as many people. So to them who cannot be here, we want to just make sure that they're acknowledged as well. So thank you very much. We do appreciate this honor. Go class of 87.
All right, gather around. Gather around for the photo opportunity. Come on, bring it in. Got to be tighter.
Can we hold our sweater?
Absolutely.
I think I'm in. Oh, everything.
Who's hiding? Meet it, like, just tiny bit bigger. All right, everybody, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and one more.